Hello guys, it's Godfred here once again. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we deal with hazards. As drivers, we are constantly dealing with hazard on a daily basis. So how do we deal with this situation when we encounter them on the road? Always remind yourself you are responsible for your safety and the safety of other road users. So every time you're on the road, remember you are always dealing with hazards. So now, what are hazards? A hazard is anything on the road that will cause you to change your speed or change your direction. So anything on the road that causes you to change your speed or change your direction becomes a hazard. So in dealing with this situation, we have a system we call a system of car control. What does this system involve? The system involves 5 stages, okay? The first stage is the information stage, how you pick information on the road. The second stage will be your position. How do you position yourself so that you be more safe on the road and for others to know your intentions based on your road position? Your speed, how you manage your speed based on the width of the road and based on the circumstances on the road. Your gear, how you match your gear to your speed. So every speed you carry must match its own gear as well. Then how much you accelerate depending on the environment in which you find yourself at a particular time. So I'm going to use a scenario with a cyclist where I'm going to break the sequence down to ensure that we can be dealing with this situation step by step. So let's take, for example, a cyclist is cycling up ahead. Once we see the cyclist cycling up ahead, we are picking up the information. The more you look up ahead, the more you can scan and pick the information. Information stage is very critical. On the information stage, we use a system we call the TUG. You take in the information, you use the information and give the information back. That's the information stage. Because as drivers, there is no any other mechanism where we use in communicating among ourselves. So the only way we communicate among ourselves is whatever we see, we have to communicate to the next driver. The next driver picks the same information, uses information, and gives the same information back. When you understand this system, you will always be able to communicate intentions to the people to ensure that everyone is safe on the road. So for example, the cyclist is on the road. I pick up the information. What am I going to do with the cyclist? I'm going to definitely have to overtake the cyclist. But before you overtake the cyclist, you must consider other factors. Is it safe to overtake the cyclist? Do I have enough road width to overtake the cyclist? Is another car coming up ahead? Am I approaching a junction? Is my visibility clear? These are the conditions at which I'm going to overtake the cyclist. Once you have assessed this situation, use the information. Use the information. Don't keep it. Analyze it. Use it. What am I going to do? I'm going to step back depending on the situation. I'm going to stop depending on the situation. I'm going to overtake depending on the situation. Now that you are using the information, this information shouldn't be kept. This information should be given back to the next driver because you have seen the cyclist. You are the first car. The driver behind you hasn't seen the cyclist. How is he going to know that there's a cyclist coming up ahead? All he's going to know is after you have given a signal out, after you have obtained information from your mirrors and know there's nobody coming on your right hand side, you can now overtake by signaling. The signal will now tell the driver that something else is happening up ahead and that I need to move away as well. So always remind yourself every time that you're moving away, let others know why you're moving away, regardless of whether you're crossing a line or you're not crossing a line. It's just an information you're giving to the next person. What's coming up ahead? The next driver hasn't seen what's up ahead because you are in the first car up ahead. Once you've seen it, give it back. So in this system, you're going to take in the information, use the information, and give it back. Now let's go to the position. The position is how much do you give to the cyclist? 1.5 meters away from the cyclist. That will be your position in the system of car controls. Now gear. What gear do you need? Normally, first and second gear will be the most gear that will be used in a very confined areas. So depending on the situation, if you have to go down completely, then you go down to your first gear. If you have to maneuver yourself with the road width being okay and safe, your second gear will be appropriate. Now, the next bit is your acceleration. How much should you accelerate? How much you should accelerate in the system also is very important because you have to look up ahead and ask yourself, do I need less or do I need more to be able to overtake the cyclist as well? So this is how we go through the system of car controls. Information stage, your position, your speed, your gear, and acceleration. So always remind yourself that every time you are dealing with hazard, you're going through this system of car controls. Information stage, which involves the TUG, your position, your speed should match your gear, and your acceleration should match the condition at which you find yourself. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this video, do not keep it. Share, comment, subscribe, and continue supporting the page. Thank you and have a lovely day.